Greetings, everyone. Glad to have you with us on this Wednesday night edition of the NBA on 2K Sports. With Greg Anthony and Hall of Famer Doris Burke, this is Kevin Harlan. And joining us on the sidelines, another Hall of Famer, David Aldridge. Now, we get a chance to check out some stats for Dorian Finney-Smith.
And the biggest takeaway when you look at his numbers is how good his three-point shooting has been the past 5 games. He's finding the open spots on the perimeter, and when he's getting good looks, boy, he is not missing.
Here are the starters for Brooklyn. The post tandem, it's Johnson and Claxton. Then it's Thomas. Then it's Bridges. And it's Dinwiddie in at the 1 spot. And for the Pistons, Cade Cunningham out there with Hayes. Then it's Bagley. Then there's Isaiah Stewart. And it's Bogdanovich in at small forward. And early on, many rookies are not only getting playing time, Doris, some of them are the focal points of the team's offense.
Yeah, Kevin, I think it's a growing trend, especially for those teams that are in rebuilding mode. Heck, sometimes even the established teams are getting some big-time stars.
He'll be the Nets off the tip. Dinwiddie against Cunningham. Here's Claxton. Pass to Bridges. Shot clock at 5. The 3 from Thomas. Rebounded by the Pistons. And this is their first time matched up with Brooklyn this year. Bagley kicks to Stewart. It's stolen by Johnson. Dinwiddie with it. Now defended by Cunningham. Dinwiddie surveying the floor. Now here's Thomas, covered by Hayes. Here's Claxton, and down it goes, jamming that one home.
And slams it home and gets some camera time on the end of it.
He did. He spent a while up on that rim, didn't he? Boy, Brooklyn GA did all they could to assemble a championship team, and look what happened.
Yeah, I mean, Kevin, you take your swings in this league, and sometimes it works. Sometimes you have to retool, and they still have some good players to build around.
And here's Brooklyn, outplayed in the previous game on their schedule, losing to Sacramento.
Well, when you're facing a team that's feeding off the crowd's energy, you have to bring your A game, and they didn't do that defensively.
One thing you know, Greg, is you've got to pack your defense in the suitcase if you're going to win on the road, and they simply did not bring it.
Gets the three-pointer to fall.
Not a ball stopper on the wing. Bridges with the help.
Cunningham against Dinwiddie. Cunningham inside. Dinwiddie with the rebound.
Boy, 9 times out of 10, that's going in. I'm sure he surprised himself with the miss.
Here's Johnson. Got him with the pump fake, but couldn't finish. Now here's Hayes. He's guarded by Thomas. And here's Hayes. He gives the team some steady offense, a bit under 10 points a game. Just 5 on the clock. High post Stewart. Banked in off the glass.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
And I think defensively, that is not the way you want to start. Giving up high percentage looks, that doesn't typically end well.
Here's Thomas after the basket by Detroit. Releases. Buries the 20-footer.
Such a multi-talented threat on the offensive end, and you love his confidence.
Cunningham passes to Bagley. Now the dish to Hayes. Takes the 12-footer and hits. 1:56 left to play in the first quarter. Cunningham against Dinwiddie. To the inside. Bridges. Bagley with the block.
And a skilled shot blocker to boot. Love how Bagley uses that height and reach to stifle shooting.
Well, efficiency is everything, right? So far in this one, this guy has been on the money.
Dinwiddie against Cunningham. Dinwiddie dishes to Thomas. Bridges outside. From past the arc. And again, Brooklyn with the triple.
You know, guys, that's the selfless attitude of Mikal Bridges. So willing to give it up to an open guy.
here's Hayes. D right on him. Knocked away. Now Stewart. This game we saw him score 13. Solid play in the low block, and that one's good. Stewart's got his second basket of the game.
And the lack of effort to fight over the screen there makes that an easy shot.
You know, we see this all the time. You're basically, as a defender, hoping the man misses rather than putting in the work to get over screens.
The Pistons have gone 5 of 6 so far from the field to start out the game. Cunningham looking it over. Stewart, a screen for Bogdanovich. And Stewart gets it to go. Stewart's got 6.
Well, Bogdanovich continues to develop different aspects of his game. Great seeing him stick passes like that.
Cunningham against Dinwiddie. To the paint. He's looking for Claxton and finds him.
Absolutely the prettiest play in basketball, executed to perfection.
I don't think you'd get an argument there. Everybody loves the alley-oop. And still a close game as the first quarter comes to a close. Nets out in front. They lead by a bucket. Live from Little Caesars Arena, you're watching 2K Sports. And some good action in the books as we get back to the game that's been pretty close here so far. And looking at what we've seen so far, guys, from the Nets, what do you think?
Just stretching out the floor in that first, they had the defense scrambling.
And that was obviously the plan coming in. Now the big question, can they maintain that efficiency from range as the game goes along?
So for Brooklyn now, Bridges out there with Dennis Smith. Then there's Dorian Finney-Smith. Then it's O'Neal. And it's Watford in at the center. And the foul on Dorian Finney-Smith. That is his first foul of the game.
First team foul.
So it's the Pistons now, trailing by 2. Here's Sasser, covered by Smith, to the middle, clock at 4, and then Wiseman slams it in.
And get used to seeing that for years to come. Wiseman working in that pick and roll action and cashing in.
Nice job capturing the moment on the AT&T 5G Slam Cam. Last outing for the Pistons, it was a loss to Indiana.
Yeah, for that loss, you can credit their defense or lack thereof. Too many breakdowns on that end of the floor.
Well, the kind of low energy effort they played with all night will make a coach absolutely crazy. You can't win if you don't. Oh, that's unbelievable. Well, Dennis Smith Jr. is so good at pick and roll situations, understanding how to pass around the defender.
And GA, in your opinion, what's the main order of business when you look at the first-year Pistons coaching staff?
Kevin, for me, they got to clean up the fouling. It's often a problem for young teams, but they have the quickness and size to stay in front of people and just force contested shots.
And Bogdanovich kicks to Thompson. That ball, nice feed that time from Bogdanovich. Thompson's got the lead up to 1 now for Detroit. And so it's Smith with it. He'll bring it up for Brooklyn. Following this game, they hit the road to challenge the Suns at Footprint Center in Phoenix. And that will be game 3 of 6 played away from home. The Nets working the ball around now. Brooklyn needs to get off a shot here. And the Nets, another three.
Well, there is some fiery competitiveness to the game of Dennis Smith Jr. How about that from distance?
Pass to Ivy. Here's Sasser, covered by Smith. Back to Ivy. The shot goes in. First shot, first basket.
And they've repeatedly probed inside in the first half, guys, and it's paid off.
And while we've got a moment, let's send it over to our terrific reporter, David Aldridge. David?
Thank you very much. Cade Cunningham was the #1 overall pick in 2021, and he's trying to take that next step. He says, I want to do my job. Something I really try to pride myself on is how much I care. What I care about the most is how I can help the Pistons win. Guys, they are assembling some real talent on that team.
Oh, they are, no question, D.A. Thank you. And yes, it's good.
Well, Bogdanovich looking so comfortable close to the rim, just extends past the defense beautifully.
And the first timeout called of the game for Brooklyn. And you think of height as an advantage in basketball, but Greg, the versatility at such a premium. Can you be too tall in today's NBA?
It's a valid question. The two biggest concerns for 7-footers are mobility and durability. To move the way they need to puts a lot of strain on those lower extremities.
The Nets making a switch here. Nicholas Claxton's checked in for Trendon Watford. Johnson comes in for O'Neal. Cameron Thomas, he's checked in for Bridges. And Dinwiddie subbed in for Dennis Smith. Johnson finds Thomas from downtown. Rebound, Detroit. Thompson, left side. That's a miss. He's made one and missed one. Brooklyn's gone 3 of 5 from beyond the arc so far tonight. Thomas with it, picked up by Bagley. Good on the bucket. Thomas got 7.
And that's a great piece of work to get to the hoop there. Just tore the D to shreds.
And from undrafted in 2016 doors, Dorian Finney-Smith, now a player that every team in the league would covet.
Well, this is a long wing defender, Kevin, and he's now made himself legit as a 3-and-D prototypical player. And he stayed at it, earned the rewards, and now says, my mom can finally put her feet up. I have made it.
Johnson, the pass to Dinwiddie. There's the pick. And out of bounds. The Pistons will take it. Now we get a chance to check out the standings out east already. We are in December. And take a look at the Nets. They're down in 9th place so far, still early in the season. And of course, there's the Pistons. They have a lot of ground to make up.
Seeing where the Nets are, they haven't had the great season that some were expecting, but it hasn't been a disaster. They just need a few things to go right for them down the stretch.
It's an amazing thing. If you can get a couple of wins, generate some momentum, you've got to believe they'll be just fine.
Cunningham kicks to Stewart. Passes it to Hayes. 3-pointer. Bridges with the board. Brooklyn's gone 1 of 2 on 3-pointers here in the second quarter so far. 8-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Dinwiddie outside. Back to Thomas. And the basket for the 4th time from the field. He's a healthy 4 for 6.
You know, a good job by the defender of not getting fooled by the step back, but he still got the shot to fall.
Here's Cunningham. And the quarter ends with some stifling defense right there. And some good action through the first 2 quarters as we reach halftime. Nets lead by 2. We'll see you after halftime for the beginning of the 3rd quarter.
Welcome to our 2K Sports Studio. The Brooklyn Nets find themselves in quite a battle here tonight.
Being a trunk slammer ain't easy. Hostile environment, and these guys are unfazed.
Yeah, it's tough to win on the road in the NBA. Loving the confidence. And let's switch gears for a second, checking out social media. And this one comes from Torminator1 Reels. And it's for Shaq, big fella. If you had to wrestle me or Kenny, would you have a preference?
I'll take you both at once. Otherwise, there's no challenge.
Kenny, you hear this nonsense? The two of us combined? Yeah, we'd still be in trouble, wouldn't we?
Yep. No interest. Not for all of Shaq's money in the world or in his bank accounts. I would not wrestle that man.
No, I'm with you. That is more than enough of us. Let's send you back to the game. Kevin Harlan and crew with the second half.
And after a fairly even first couple of quarters, the second half could turn out to be a great one as both teams try to gain an edge. The Pistons trailing. Here we see the Detroit Pistons drag a franchise known for stifling defense.
And going back-to-back with the bad boys, then the amazing 2004 title team that shut down Shaq and Kobe. When the Pistons have been great, they've had that defense-first mentality.
Isaiah Stewart out there with Bogdanovich. Then it's Cade Cunningham. Then there's Marvin Bagley. And it's Hayes in at the 2. That's the group for Detroit right now. Cunningham against Dinwiddie. Down low. And there's Bridges on the assist by Dinwiddie. Dinwiddie's got 3 assists in the game. Hayes the pass to Stewart. The Pistons working the ball around now. Played in with a nice touch off the glass. Stewart's got it all tied up now for the Pistons.
Oh, defending Cunningham, boy, a challenge. You have to pay extra attention. That's when you leave someone open.
Inside, here's Bridges. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. And Doris, we know Mikal Bridges famously traded for Durant, but it's interesting. Durant was Bridges' favorite player growing up.
And Kevin, it's always interesting when there's a connection between the idol and the guy who is idolizing him. But give Mikal Bridges credit. He has come into his own as a star. This guy has proven to be a capable offensive player and is one of the truly legit defensive wings that you have got to plan for.
And he's good on the second.
You know, he couldn't make all of them, and they'll have to settle for just a 1-point lead.
Cunningham against Dinwiddie. Cunningham up top. He's someone who's a factor on any given night, averaging more than 22 points a game. The pass to Bogdanovich. Just 5 to shoot, so they take the lead. Bogdanovich has got the lead up to 1 now for the Pistons. Cunningham against Dinwiddie. Johnson outside. Whistle blows. Bucket is good, and he'll have a chance at the line to make it a 3-point play.
And you can see he just has a great overall feel for this game. Excellent job tonight.
And that's been his role pretty much from the opening tip. Get the ball to guys where they can score it.
One shot.
That's good from Johnson. And you know, Doris, Brooklyn's gone through a pretty tumultuous few seasons.
You know, Kevin, there have been some circumstances that were unpredictable contributing to what you're talking about. And now, as a consequence, a lot of turnover on the roster and on the coaching staff. Listen, it's never easy to make the kind of transition they've had to make. Great play calling, great execution leads to 4 for 4 to start this half.
Time now to turn to our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. David.
Thank you, Kevin. The Pistons brought in Monty Williams to guide this team from the bottom. He said, I like those challenges, the process of building, seeing players get better, and understanding what it's like to navigate crunch time situations. For me to be able to come in now, it's part of this restoration. Kevin, Monty has plenty of work ahead.
Indeed he does, David. Thanks. Cunningham passes to Bogdanovich. It's tipped.
Such a strong defensive player. Bridges understands I've got size and quickness. The rejection, yes, sir.
Pass to Claxton. Back to Dinwiddie. Outside Thomas. There's a screen. Over Hayes. Again, the Nets for two.
And now this game's taken on a whole new feel since halftime.
What energy we're seeing. Something has lit a fire under both of these teams.
Stewart with the screen on Bridges. And it's Bogdanovich. Again missing. Johnson outside. Second half here. We're just over 3.5 minutes into it. Claxton with it. Now defended by Cunningham. Bridges passes to Dinwiddie. Over Stewart. And Dinwiddie with the basket on the assist from Bridges. And it's a 7-point Nets lead. The Pistons have gone 4 of 6 from the field since the start of the third. And now the first timeout called here for Detroit.
And momentum going the other way. Can they find some answers?
I think here you have just got to get back to what you do best and then live with the results.
So both teams changing it up here. 1:03 left to play in the third. Cunningham finds Ivy. Stolen by Thomas. Got a piece of it. Stolen by Thompson. To the inside. And then Cunningham with the dunk.
Oh, and the playmaking of Ivy on full display.
There's 38 seconds left in the third. Smith the pass to Thomas. And Cameron Thomas picks up the foul. That is his first foul of the game.
Boy, his ball security flawless in the first half, but since then it's an absolute disaster.
So it's both teams making substitutions here. Pistons trail by 5. Ivy up top, defended by Bridges. Ivy against Bridges. Now here's Ivy. Defense is right there. Wiseman sets a screen for Ivy. Knocks down the 3-ball. Ivy's got 5 now.
You know Ivy loves to find that shot. The defense has to be more careful with him at the arc.
We're at the end of the third, and we've still got a close one. Brooklyn ahead. They lead by 2. Live from Little Caesars Arena, you're watching 2K Sports. And I know I speak for all of us when I say I can't wait to see what kind of finish awaits us here in the fourth quarter. On the court for the Nets, getting the fourth quarter going. O'Neal is out there with Dorian Finney-Smith. Then it's Mikal Bridges. And it's Smith. And it's Watford in at the pivot, manning the middle.
Finney-Smith on the catch, ready to rise and fire. That's big-time shooting ability right there, folks.
Wiseman dishes to Ivy. The teardrop falls in. 7 points for Jaden Ivey.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Smith finds Bridges. The Nets working the ball around now. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Asar Thompson. That is his first foul of the game. Smith for three. Good, and the assist goes to O'Neal. And the Nets lead by 6.
We know this. When Dennis Smith Jr. starts to roll offensively, he can rain it down from three-point territory.
Good on the triple.
Their three-point percentage has taken a big leap here in this second half.
Brooklyn's gone 2 for 2 from three-point land to start the fourth quarter. There's the lob to Bridges.
Well, just tremendous awareness from Dennis Smith Jr. Recognizing a teammate is open, let me make the game easy for him.
Detroit's gone 3 of 6 tonight when they've let it fly from downtown. Dishes it to Bogdanovich. Ivy with it, working on Finney-Smith. The shot by Ivy, no good.
Well, he's a quality mid-range shooter, but he can't get that one to go.
Smith on the wing. Back to Bridges. It's in, and he's a very efficient 5 for 6 on the game.
Such a smart offensive player. Mikal Bridges assertive and focused when he gets this close.
Now a timeout called by Detroit.
And sometimes from the outside, not always clear what led a coach to call for a timeout.
And as you know, it's what comes after that gives you some sense of what has changed.
And a new group in for the Nets. Nicholas Claxton's checked in for Trendon Watford. Johnson comes in for Dorian Finney-Smith. Thomas checked in for Royce O'Neal. And Dinwiddie subbed in for Dennis Smith. Right now, let's send it over to the sidelines and get a report from David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin, during the last break, I heard Monty Williams talking with his team. Now, they've been happy with the way the team is shooting. He reminded players to keep taking those threes, that they've had some clean looks. When that three goes in, it's always a welcome sight. Guys?
All right, thank you, David.
And the dogged attitude of Bagley. When shots go up, he wants to be the first to pounce on misses.
And it's Bridges at the elbow. And stolen by Bogdanovich. And here we go. Fast break. Cunningham's got it. Shoots over Dinwiddie. It'll go, and the Nets lead is cut down to 3 on the bucket from Cunningham.
Yes, sir. Cade Cunningham embracing the role of a leader.
Pass to Thomas. Johnson in the corner. Back to Thomas. 6 on the shot clock. And it's in. Basket number 6 for him thus far. He has only missed 2 shots from the floor.
It's been like this all night for both teams. The offenses having their way.
And it is a major disadvantage down the stretch if you can't guard. This may just come down to who has the ball last.
That is good. And the Nets lead is cut down to 3 on the bucket from Cunningham. Brooklyn's gone 6 of 8 on three-pointers in the game, an outstanding 75% mark. Outside Thomas. Drives to the hoop. Bridges outside. That's in there. Thomas with the assist. Bridges has got 9 points now in just the second half.
Fearless, confident competitor. Bridges with the delivery.
Cunningham outside. Makes that one his 6th of the night. Shooting a very healthy 6 for 9.
Oh, that is big time by a big-time player. Cunningham loves the moment.
Dinwiddie, the bounce pass. Here's Bridges. A D by Bogdanovich.
Well, seized up just a little bit at the last second. That's when he normally converts.
Bridges against Cunningham. Stewart with the screen on Bridges. Here's Cunningham. Good! And that shot brings them to within just 1.
Oh, you just love seeing a player with absolutely no fear.
To me, more often than not, when you attack, good things happen.
Here's the 3. Nails the triple.
Such a clutch shooter. This guy lives for these kinds of moments and delivers.
Now a timeout called by Detroit. They're behind by 4. 24 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. 24 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one. Fouled on the shot and picks up 2 points. So one free throw coming up.
Just a special offensive talent. We don't see guys like Cunningham come through the way he that often.
Well, this is why you run your offense through him in important situations. You know he's going to deliver.
And they foul intentionally. They're going to have to do that now again and again. They're not in the penalty yet.
Honestly, just doing what they have to in order to get the basketball back.
"19 seconds left in the fourth quarter. And that's an intentional foul.
First personal foul. 13 foul. At the line for the Nets, Dinwiddie, Spencer, Dinwiddie, 2 shots. Shoot 2.
He hits the first one, and that will put them up by 2. So he gets them both, and it's a 3-point game.
Yeah, how about the nerves there? Those free throws put them in a very good position. 3 points clear.
Time called here. The Pistons decide to talk it over. They're down by 3. There's 18 seconds left in the game. Here's Hayes. Stewart passes to Bagley. Hayes with it to tie it up. Count it! A tremendous three to tie it up.
And now this game's taken on a whole new feel since halftime.
Oh, what energy we're seeing. Something has lit a fire under both of these teams.
Seconds left to play here in the fourth. Johnson sets the screen for Dinwiddie. Fires from way outside. He beat the buzzer!
Delivery at the buzzer. That is beautifully done.
Oh. Down it goes at the buzzer. Boy, it doesn't get any better than that.
You couldn't dream up a more dramatic finish. 3 points right as the buzzer sounds. This is a ball game people will be talking about for quite some time.
And so it's Brooklyn who scrapes by with the win. This win, such a tremendous emotional boost for them.
Really an accomplishment and crazy finish to take a road game like this and simply deflate an entire building.
And that'll do it, folks. For Doris Burke, David Aldridge, Greg Anthony, and the rest of our terrific 2K Sports crew, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. And now, New Balance presents your Player of the Game.